Alright guys, all the news around Concord is not good. In fact, it just continues to get worse and worse for this game that was dead on arrival. Sony's big, hero shooter that was supposed to feature this wonderfully diverse cast. And of course, there are people pushing back on the idea that the wokeness in this game had any effect on it at all. People are like, oh no guys, it wasn't that the game was woke. It wasn't that the game featured diversity and pronouns over actual good gameplay and interesting characters. It's the $40 price tag. Now again, I'll be fair and say I understand that there's a lot of hero shooters out there and arena shooters where you don't have to pay to get into the game. But gamers are always willing to open their wallet for a game that they think is worth their time and money. This game wasn't it. People wouldn't even play it for free during the open beta, myself included. This article from that Park Place says Concord player reports over 8-minute wait time as game has lost over 60% of its players already. So we'll kind of skim this real quick, but I just want to throw this out there. I was watching Some Ordinary Gamer today, Mudahar, and he was trying to say that he didn't see any advertising for this game, so he felt like Sony just put this one out there to die. I think that's a lot of cope, to be honest, and no slight to him, but I have seen plenty of advertising for this game, all the media accounts shilling for this game. It didn't have an effect. Whether you want to say it was, direct advertising paid for by Sony, or if it was just the media feeling like they needed to run cover for this game, I saw plenty of advertising. We've all been talking about this game for months. It's the fact that people didn't want to play it is why it's not selling. So this article says the player counts did not improve over the weekend and in fact declined by over 40% by Sunday, August 25th, when the game hit a peak concurrent of 402 players. And this, of course, is down from the all-time peak of 697 at launch, which is abysmal. Now, in Some Ordinary Gamer's video, he was discussing how apparently there are sort of certain ways to track player count on PlayStation based on trophy collection amount. And so the estimate, I assume, is somewhere around 1,000 players on PlayStation still playing this game, while it's down to less than a few hundred right now. I think right now on Steam, it's actually a couple hundred. 183 people right now on a Wednesday night right after work. So absolutely terrible numbers. Article says, as player counts continue to decline, the people that are actually playing the game are experiencing exorbitantly long matchmaking times. Reddit user Wiki09 admitted he waited at least 8 minutes and then got timed out on Monday, August 26th. There's no excuse for this, guys. There is absolutely no excuse for a brand new game to be, pushed so heavily by Sony, to have a $200 million budget or whatever the crazy budget was for this game, and to have 8-minute wait times where you essentially time out and have to get back into the queue because there's nobody to play with. Absolutely abysmal embarrassment for Sony and for Firewalk Studios. Now, of course, we've seen IGN trying to run out here and say, oh, but the game's great, you'll love it. They have an article or video review, that says Concord isn't the most innovative or content-heavy shooter you could play, but with such fantastic competitive gameplay, 16 compelling characters to master, and 12 design maps, it's got the makings of something that could go the distance. Then, of course, PC Gamer had to jump on the bandwagon trying to defend this game, putting out this ridiculous article, of course, talking about Dustborn and Concord and all these other crappy woke games like Flintlock Siege of Dawn, saying the eagerness to grave dance on unpopular games has become a bad habit. Which, of course, we could go through this article and pick it apart piece by piece, but essentially it's all just cope, them saying how it's really not a good thing given the fact that the video game industry is in such bad condition, and all these people are just having fun dogpiling and jumping on the corpses of these terrible video games, and really it's not a good thing to do. And so, of course, I ratioed the hell out of them. They said the eagerness to grave dance on unpopular games has become a bad habit, and of course I said the eagerness to spread negativity and lies about game studios that don't go along with your agenda has become a bad habit. And of course shared their own article discussing the quote-unquote controversy about, alleged sexism and misogyny over at Game Science about Black Myth Wukong. Again, keep in mind, none of these people were there defending Black Myth Wukong when Metacritic was having the game downvoted, review bombed a couple days ago. I didn't see a single article out of the mainstream media, out of Forbes, out of, again, PC Gamer, IGN. Nobody talked about this. But of course, we have to defend Concord because, again, values and diversity and all that wonderful stuff. And now you even see PlayStation UK saying, tired of hearing your teammates cry, I need healing, play as Amari to give them an armor boost and tear through enemies. And of course, I almost ratioed them, said tired of DEI in gaming, skip playing Concord and let woke games fall by the wayside. And I got some idiot in the replies who's like, Apex has a whole trans character and is doing fine. What is DEI about it? And I just said Apex Legends is free to play and didn't launch with trans characters, fat chicks, or pronouns for robots. It also wouldn't have been as successful had it launched current year. And this is the part people are not understanding. This is the part they don't understand. If Apex Legends, the current state of Apex Legends, came out today, whether it's free to play or not, with the massive amount of other games there are to play, with the art style, with the skins, with all the nonsense of all the characters' backstories and their sexualities and everything else, the way that Apex Legends has become, rather than the way it started, where it was a Titanfall spin-off with really cool weapons, simple maps, characters that had abilities, but we didn't know a damn thing about their orientations, we didn't know about their gender identities, we didn't know about who they were sleeping with, and we didn't care. Because for those of us who thought Apex Legends was a really cool game, that, you know, a different shooter than Call of Duty, it was all about the gameplay, the abilities, and that was it. But of course, these people make everything about identity and sexuality. You can even see Engadget and Gadget saying, Concord aside, PlayStation's having a great year. Again, massive, massive cope. We're seeing the price increase on freaking PlayStation consoles in Japan. Probably going to see that happen in the US as well, because think about it. You can't take a $200 million loss on a heavily promoted, heavily invested game and then just say, oh, no, we're fine. Everything's fine. No big deal. It's not going to have any effect down the road. Grums is like, hey, called it again. This is a Concord branded controller. Yes, it's real, and it means Sony thought the game would be massive. Not admitting that DEI is a problem has cost them hundreds of millions of dollars. And of course, a few months later, here you go. Concord's failure is projected to lose Sony nearly $200 million. 8 years of work down the drain. And I think that just kind of sums it all up. And look, again, is it funny or is it great to wish people to lose their jobs or to want games to suck? No, nobody wants games to suck. We want good video games. We want the industry and the entertainment industry, you know, every one of these people that's embedded in these industries to pull their heads out of their asses and try to make a good product that will appeal to a mass audience without any of the politics and the woke shit in the game. That's all we want. We want them to learn from their mistakes. And like I said, just try to make a good game, make a good movie, make a good TV show. But we're not seeing that anymore. And until then, we're going to get all this cope from all these different outlets, not understanding why people didn't want to pay $40 for this garbage-looking hero shooter when the market is already flooded with them. And no, it's not just the $40 price tag, guys. There was less than 3,000 people playing the open beta when the game was free. Think about that. It's not the $40. It's the fact that nobody is willing to open their wallet for a game that looks like crap. I'm going to leave it right there, guys. Let me know what you think about all this, and I will catch you on the next one. All right, and if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching the video. Thank you for being here. I do have 2 channels, Minimal Effort Podcast, as well as my gaming channel. I do have a Twitch and Kick for my gaming channel. We do live streams over there occasionally, maybe once a week. And then if you are in the market for a new PC, make sure to check out Meta PCs. Click the link I have down below. Use code TBO at checkout for a special discount. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.